Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Anthony with AJ Audio and Production coming back at you again with another installment of 30 Days to a Better Mix. Today, we're talking about lead vocal reverb. Let's get into it. All right, so let's check this session out. This song is recorded by an artist that I work with named Jayla. The song is My Mind. It's a cover song originally performed by Yebba. Let's hear it, and then I'll show you guys what I'm doing to treat the reverb.
I heard you coming at 2:45. You closed the door and laid down next to me. But then I heard you say her name in your sleep. Your dirty secrets too far gone to keep. I'm about to lose my I'm about to lose my mind, my mind, about to lose my mind, yeah. I think about you all the time.
All right, so I think we can all agree that Jayla's a beast. Now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and check out the reverb, how we're sending it, and the settings of that. Let me mute my delay right quick so you don't hear any of that. So reverb going there, just on a basic send. Make sure you always name your sends. In Pro Tools, you just right click and click rename, and then you can name it to reverb. That way you don't lose track of where you're sending stuff. Then of course on my aux channel, I'm inputting straight reverb, right? And here's my verb. I'm using Verb Suite Classic by Slate Digital, one of my favorite reverbs to use here lately. And one of the key settings inside of this, no matter what type of verb you're using, is your pre-delay on your lead vocal. Basically what your pre-delay does is, if the vocal is here, which it is, if you just slap a reverb on your channel with no pre-delay, whenever the singer starts singing, your reverb kicks in from here, and it just kind of washes over all the way through your vocal, right? What your pre-delay does is, instead of your reverb being kind of real time with your vocal, it shifts it back a little bit. So if your vocal starts here, and her first words are,
I heard you coming.
So her first words are, I heard you coming at 2:45, right? So if your wave starts here, you add a little pre-delay, which means your reverb is going to start slightly behind that vocal. So you'll have a dry vocal here, and then your actual reverb picks up right here at this spot, right? Roughly. I'm just kind of drawing a diagram on the screen if I can. So what that does is it actually allows for your reverb or for your reverb to kick in a little after the vocal starts. So then your vocal sits more on top of that reverb and not so much the reverb washing it out. All right, so let's turn it up a little bit so you can hear it. This is without the pre-delay on.
I heard you coming at 2:45.
And you can hear there, it basically just washes the whole thing. And then just for the extreme of it, let's turn the pre-delay all the way up to 350 milliseconds.
I heard you coming at 2:45.
Now you can hear how that pre-delay is actually coming in after the waveform. That's what you want. Now with the vocal, I found that where the sweet spot is somewhere right between 85 and 90 milliseconds. Let's play that again. I'll set it around 88. That's 80, what's that, 88.7 or something like that. 86, I don't know. 89.7. There we go. Again, reverb is turned up way louder than it needs to be just so you can hear it.
I heard you coming at 2:45.
So now you hear that reverb coming in just slightly after the vocal, right? And now what we do is I'm going to bring this all the way down. That's my send to my reverb. And I'm going to mix it to taste. And when I mix to taste, I mix my reverb in just enough so that I can be able to hear it, all right? Let me turn that up.
I heard you coming at 2:45. You closed the door and lay down next to me.
Right there is probably enough for me. I don't like to really wash the vocal in verb. If you can hear it, then you might be using too much. So you want to use your reverb sparingly to where you have to almost search for that reverb on the track. And when you search for it, then you feel that presence in the body of it. So listen to it again.
I heard you coming at 2:45.
And it still sounds real nice and natural, right? I'll even give it just a little bit more.
I heard you coming at 2:45.
Now, another big thing on reverbs that you want to do is you always want to EQ your reverb. You'll see right here, it has a little 3-band EQ built into it. I'm rolling off some of that high end because I want that high end to be reserved for my vocal. I want my vocal to have that clarity. The reverb is just there to support my vocal. So I'm just kind of bringing that high end down to add more clarity to it. If I turn that EQ off, let me see if you can hear it.
I heard you coming at 2:45.
So it kind of brightens that reverb. So to darken it up just a little bit, I'm just fading that down, that high end, maybe about 6 dB. I can even go around 7 dB. Now play it.
I heard you coming at 2:45.
And with just doing that with 7 dB, you can already hear where it's literally taking the high end clarity of that vocal and it's giving it back to the lead vocal and not wasting it on my reverb. Furthermore, you don't want your reverb to kind of stick out in the mix like that. That's mainly reserved for your lead vocal. Let's check it out with no music so you can hear what's happening here.
I heard you coming at 2:45. You closed the door and lay down
I'll mute the
next
reverb.
to me.
No reverb.
But then I heard you say her name in your sleep.
Bring it back in.
Your dirty secrets too far gonna keep.
And you can hear there how it just kind of just adds life to that vocal. Adds life to the vocal, but you don't want so much in there that it's distracting from the vocal. And that's how I like to treat my reverb. So key things to remember. Lead vocal reverb, you want to set your pre-delay on it. Set it to anywhere between 80 to 90 milliseconds. That'll give you enough time to get the vocal out before the reverb starts washing in on it. As far as the amount of reverb, you fade that up until you can just barely hear it over the music. You don't want so much of it that it washes it out, and then you don't want too little of it that you don't feel it. So you bring it up just enough to where you can barely notice it in the background. When you can notice it, more than likely it's too much. So you want to bring it up to where you can barely notice it. And then 3, you want to make sure that you're EQing those reverbs, rolling some of that high end off, making that reverb a little more warm, giving the vocal room to have more presence on your track. All right. So that's about it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this installment. I hope it helps you out. Please leave a comment below if you are using this technique or if this is something new to you. I do hope that you find something useful within this video. Make sure you click that subscribe button, click the notification bell icon so you can be notified whenever I release new content on this channel, which will be tomorrow. And until then, I'll see you guys again. Thanks for watching. Peace.